Good morning, everybody. A quick message. I've got bad news and I've got good news. The bad news is I'm not going to complete my 1970s decade set for Parallax football. But the good news is the legend, the one and only Rodney strikes again. I wake up this morning. I received an email last night. Wake up this morning. Rodney has made every single professional football team in history for Parallax football. I do not know what I've done in my life to deserve to have such a great life. And I certainly don't know what I've done in my life to be blessed by the universe, to conspire, to put in the heart of Rodney the will and the want to create the entire sports history for my games. I cannot thank him enough. I don't make any money in this business. I give everything that I make away free, or some version of it away free, and I sell books for those who want to own the games in books. It's a niche hobby. And then even further niche is I put them in tabletop books. And the third tertiary bit of mine is they are generally sports simulators designed for people to create their own teams, leagues, and play fictional careers. And so my particular games are very abstract and they're very niche. They're niche for a niche hobby. And for the universe to conspire to touch Rodney's heart, to do this, to put the labor and the work in to do this for us, for these tabletop sports gaming community, there's just no way to thank him for it. Again, I don't make any money in this, so even if I had wanted to contract somebody to do this, there would have been no way to pay them, I couldn't get reimbursed for it to pay them, because these would be licensed. It would be difficult to sell something like this due to licensing issues. So they really have to be free. I know there's all of my peers and competitors sell unlicensed products, but until those corporations catch up to them and put a nix on it, which I hope to God doesn't happen, because it would ruin it for even Stratomatic could not afford to pay the license for their sports products. So it would be a sad day in our hobby if something like that were to occur. But my point is, my games aren't historical replay games, and partially because those games and teams I just don't rate them. And Rodney, again, picked my games, my time sports, the entire history of professional sports for my time series games. And then he did all of basketball and basketball players for my big country basketball. And then he did all the baseball teams and baseball players in history for my big country baseball time. And now my brand new flagship football simulator. And this game, I've talked about this before. I worked hard on this, but kept it quiet. But this is my new flagship full simulator, and it's designed to be used with historic teams to play seasons. And within less than, I put this out on March 11th. I want to say I published the very first basic book on March 11th, I think. And in 10 days, Rodney has produced the entire history of professional football rated for Parallax football. And it's just amazing, including the entire All-American Football Conference, which is amazing, the AFL. And he's rated every single team in NFL history 20 to 25 right here, including player finders. Unbelievable. So for those who don't know, you can play Parallax Football Basic, which doesn't require you worry about matching up players. Then there's Parallax Football Original, which I would just skip. If you're going to either play Parallax Football Basic or skip straight to Parallax Football Complete. But Parallax Football Original has point of attack. So your running backs will face the run stuffers to open up, again, that's to represent the offensive line creating a room against the front seven. And then, of course, once that's done, you roll to see how the running backs fare against the linebackers to create room. That's in the original. But Parallax Football Complete adds the catch and run factor, which is far more realistic. So if you play basic, you're going to get a little lower pass numbers. If you play original, you're going to get that second step in the running game, but still lower pass numbers. And if you play Parallax Football Complete, that will be perfect for replay. It'll be perfect for representing history. Remember, Parallax Football was first and foremost created so you can invent teams, create fictional teams and leagues, and just play that version of football. Parallax Football Complete would be perfect for representing, college, high school, whatever, right? So anyway, on behalf of myself first, because again, tabletop sports for me always comes back to wanting to go back in history, play my favorite seasons and my favorite teams. I think I speak for 99% of tabletop sports hobbyists that we want to go back and play our favorite teams in baseball, our favorite seasons, our favorite players. And so that's a no-brainer for me. And I want to thank him on behalf of the community, because my games are, again, I've said before, are very abstracted. They're very unique in the way they work and the way they process, and they're not for everybody. But they might find people who love how my games function if they could at least play their favorite seasons or teams. And so Rodney, again, has provided that service for all of us. And I will be playing here. Following this video, I will be uploading a video. I'm going to play the 1999 Jaguars against the 1999 Tennessee Titans, just for the hell of it, until I can decide what to do. So bad news is I'm not going to complete my 1970s set. I've been pulling my hair on just which Rams team to pick, which Steelers team to pick, which Vikings team to pick for that. And now I don't have to, because Rodney has rated every single professional team in history, and including player finders for the complete, which is amazing. So this morning, I only own the book. My Parallax Football Basic book came in the mail yesterday, which is amazing, because then apparently he sent this email last night sometime. I didn't see it until I got up this morning. But my basic Parallax Football book came in the mail yesterday. So I was going to play this morning a fictional game using the basic version. This game. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that Jacksonville Jaguars team, believe it or not, and that Tennessee Titans team were the only team to beat Jacksonville all year that year was Tennessee. They could not beat Tennessee. Tennessee went on to the Super Bowl and played in one of the most exciting and greatest Super Bowls I'd ever seen, between the greatest show on turf, the Rams, and the Titans. But what always befuddled me was how that 99 Jaguars team could not beat the Titans. So I'm going to play that this morning in Parallax Football Basic and share that. But I'm telling you, folks, Rodney, thank you. I don't know what powers that be in the universe would put into your heart the want, the desire to be so generous and kind as to rate the entire history of sports for my little games. And so, thank you for choosing my time series sports games. Thank you for choosing Big Country Sports, Time Sports, and thank you for choosing Parallax Football to do this, because, and again, all the games are available free, or a version is available free. So it's the perfect culmination in, providing a chance for people to enjoy this hobby relatively free, and to enjoy any team and any ball players and any baseball team, basketball, wherever your heart lay. It's a chance for people to have some joy in this hobby, doing something different than what they've done traditionally, and relatively, again, inexpensively. So thank you, hobby. Thank you, Rodney, on behalf of the entire hobby community. It's just wonderful. I was going to pull up and look at some ratings, but I think I won't spoil that for you. I will let you do that. I will say this, be aware. Well, let's go ahead. Let's pull up the AAFC and look at that. So again, these are going to be these are player finders. Whoops, let's get out of here. That's not the one I wanted. I want the teams. These are the player finders. I want the teams. Okay. Oh, yeah, they're here. Okay. So let's pull up Akron Pros. So be aware that passing is your quarterbacks, running is your running backs and your offensive line, and then receivers, RE, this would be receivers. And in defense, the first number is run stuffers, linebackers are second, and coverage is third. So when you're matching up your quarterback for his game grade, you're going to match up the first grade against the second grade. Runners, you're going to match up the first grade against the second grade against the first grade. And in coverage, you're going to match up both these, right? So just be aware that this, so in the rules, it's passing, running, receivers. It's run stuff, linebackers, coverage. So I'm assuming Rodney has it in exactly that order. This would be run stuff. And he made note, there may be a note. He may have a note. Sometimes he puts notes on how he's done it. No notes. I'm going to assume that's right. I might be wrong. Rodney may have to inform me. This might be run stuff, linebackers, and coverage. But in the book, it would be run stuffing, linebackers, and coverage. And I'm going to assume Rodney's doing it in that order too. So just remember that. But what it determines is in the game. So he's done this right in that it determines in the basic game, it is your pass grade, your run grade, and your completion grade. So this is correct as far as how you're going to match them up. However, I'm not certain if this is run stuff or linebackers. So, in that sense, I'm pretty sure he's done it the same as in the book. Run stuff, linebackers, and coverage. So, I may be dismissed. And the first number is run. So when you roll for their solitaire roll, if you roll 1 to 5, they're running the ball. 6 would be a pass. So very simple. He just simplified running, the running percentage. So 1 through 4 is a run, 6 is a pass or whatever, right? So it just simplifies the single roll play call, which is awesome as hell. Thank you, Rodney. Brother, you have just, on behalf of the entire community, we are set for a replay of professional football history for the price of jotting them down on a notebook paper to sit down and play, right? You don't even have to print this stuff out. So, all right, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. God knows I am. Thank you, Rodney. Bye-bye.